Yes, guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to the show. Hope you're all doing well. This is just going to be a match preview for Liverpool versus Newcastle, guys. We have got Newcastle on New Year's Day. I'm bringing my this a little bit earlier because of obviously it's New Year's Eve tomorrow and I'm not going to be about. So, yeah, I thought I'd bring this a little bit earlier. Let you know my previews and predictions for the match on New Year's Day. I'll be bringing you match reaction straight after the game on New Year's Day as well. So as soon as the game is finished, I'll be going live straight after it with a match reaction and doing player ratings and such. But yeah, it's a big game for Liverpool Football Club. It's their last day game before Endo's last game and Salah's last game before they leave for their respective nations to do their competitions. Um, it's gonna be it's gonna be a game that Liverpool have to win. Liverpool have to win this match if we want to continue. With the playing in the position we are at the moment, top of the Premier League. Liverpool have to win this game. There's no doubt about that for me. We have to keep the pressure on the opposition. You know, Arsenal got a tricky away game to Fulham, I believe. Is it today or Sunday? They got a tricky, I think it's Sunday, isn't it? They got a tricky away game to Fulham. Man United today at 3 o'clock have got quite an easy game at home to Sheffield United. So you expect Manchester City to pick up all 3 points there. So we have got to make sure we do our job and keep on going. Now Newcastle, obviously, they're not in the best form right now. Newcastle themselves, they've had so many injuries. I mean, the one thing I will say about Newcastle, their injuries are mad, man. Their injuries are absolutely mad. Like if I go on their recent results, so they've had such bad form, such bad form. So on 4th of October they beat PSG 4-1. Then they drew 2 away to West Ham. They beat Palace 4-0. Then they lost to Dortmund 1-0. Then they drew the Wolves away 2-all. Then they beat Man United away 3-0. They beat Newcastle at home 1-0. They lost to Dortmund away. They lost to Bournemouth away on the 11th of November. Then they beat Chelsea at home and Man United at home. Then away from home, they lost 3-0 to Everton on the 7th of December. Away to Tottenham, they lost 4-1 on the 10th of December. They beat Fulham 3-0 on the 16th. They lost away to Luton on the 23rd of December. And on Boxing Day, they lost at home 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. So Newcastle form is absolutely awful right now, and Liverpool should be taking them to the cleaners, in my opinion. There should be no excuses here. Liverpool should be getting this game done quite comfortably for me, and it should be a nice, comfortable victory. I don't know how everyone feels about that, but in my opinion, that's how it should be. It should be a comfortable victory. Newcastle's away form is bad. I mean, their last away games, they lost to Luton. They lost to Chelsea. They lost to Tottenham. They lost to Everton. So their last 1, 2, 3. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Their last 4 away games they've lost. They've lost all their last away games, and before that they've lost away to people like Everton and stuff like that. Getting trounced, lost to Tottenham, getting absolutely beaten up. Yeah, Liverpool should be absolutely firm favourites for this game. Obviously, it's an 8 p.m. kickoff on New Year's Day because it's the Monday night football, the first Monday night football after Christmas. And Liverpool got to start 2024 off with a bang. A massive statement. That's what Liverpool need. They need to tell the Premier League, look, we're here, by the way. We ain't going nowhere. We'll get a big win against Newcastle at Anfield under the lights, New Year's Day, more fireworks, and we're just going to tell everyone, look, we ain't going nowhere. We're not for moving. You guys might not like it. You rivals might underestimate us, underrate us, but we're literally not going anywhere. Uh, this is the perfect time for Liverpool to get that result and tell the world what we're going to do. Big up everyone in chat. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know if my video has anyone's got my notifications for my videos, but yeah, today. But maybe people were busy. I think I just thought I'd do a quick little video on this. To be fair, if I have a look at Liverpool's fixtures after this game, because obviously we got it's almost January. Transfer window opens on Monday, and we all know people want signings. I get it. But let's have a look at what we got coming. So we obviously got this New Year's Day game against Newcastle at home. Then next weekend there's no Premier League game. There's no Premier League game now for 2 weeks. So next Saturday we're away to the Emirates to play Arsenal in the FA Cup third round. Probably the hardest cup game, apart from getting Man City. Probably the hardest cup draw you could get in the third round of the FA Cup. All them non-league teams and championship teams and League One teams, League Two teams that Liverpool could have drawn. It's like, nah, you can go away to Arsenal. So it's probably the hardest draw you can get in the FA Cup straight away. That's next Saturday. Then next Wednesday, the following midweek on the 10th of Jan, we're home to Fulham in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final. And I want a big win in that. I want to win this League Cup. You know, some people are dismissing the FA Cup and League Cup. I don't get it. You know, I don't understand it. It's trophies and it's honours. Do you guys want more trophies and honours than Man United? Because I know I do. I want this team to keep winning trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy, which means winning it. So if you're in it, win it. We're at home to Fulham on the 10th of January. Win that game. Big win in that game because it is 2 legs. I want a 2 or 3-0 victory in that game. So to go away the following week just to make sure everything's kosher. Yeah, so that's at 8 p.m. kickoff, and then on the 21st of January is when we play Bournemouth away. That's going to be a tricky Premier League game because Bournemouth are in great form at the moment. The manager over there has done a tremendous job. You know, he came in the summer. We all know the situation at Bournemouth. You know, the manager before that really didn't do nothing wrong, and you know he's doing bits at Wolves now. But it took his time to settle down, but he looks like he's settling down to the job at Bournemouth now. And Bournemouth are quite an entertaining team to watch. They're a good-looking team. Solanke's banging in goals. That will be a tricky away game for me. And then we got the League Cup semi-final, second leg on the 24th of January. So, and then we got Chelsea at the end of January. So that's our January, guys. That's our January right there. Not many Premier League games. Only the Newcastle game New Year's Day, the Bournemouth game, and at home to Chelsea. They're the only real Premier League. There's only 3 Premier League games in January. The rest is FA Cups and League Cups. So, and obviously we're going to have. There's no winter break for Liverpool either. Liverpool one of the only teams in the Premier League that won't have a winter break because we've got the semi-final of the League Cup and the FA Cup. So, unfortunately for Liverpool, we'll be one of the only teams not to have a league, not to have a winter's break. Big up Fozzie in the chat. How you doing, mate? Fozzie, if you're available, mate, you can come on if you like. I can send you the link if you're around, man. Fozzie, if you're around, let me know. I'll send you the link, brother. 3-1 in the Chelsea Luton game. I forgot that game was on, to be fair. I even forgot it was Saturday till I woke up. You know, when it's Christmas and you just don't know what day of the week it is. I didn't even know it was bloody Saturday a day. I didn't know Christmas was 6 days ago. Where's the time gone, man? Where's the time gone? Yeah, Fozzie, if you're still in the chat, let me know, man, and I'll send you the link. Be at Cat, so I want to win all the trophies. Exactly. I don't get why people are dismissing the FA Cup and League Cup, man. I want Liverpool to go strong in the FA Cup games. Why not? Like I said here, guys, look, we've only got 3 Premier League games in January. 3. Just go strong, man. Just go strong in them games. Doesn't make sense not to. Look, we're at home against Newcastle on New Year's Day, and then we haven't got another game for 7 days. It's the first gap, or a week gap we've had in a long time. There's no game for 7 days between the New Year's Day game against Newcastle and the 7th of January against Arsenal. So for me, there's no excuse why Liverpool shouldn't put in a strong team against that Arsenal team, because I think Arsenal will probably play a strongest team as well. Because that's a big game. That's a proper match. And then a few days later, we got a semi-final first leg against Fulham, where you could probably rest a few, and bring a few in. I, I think we've got to go strong this January. I really do. I know we haven't got Salah and people like that. No worries, Fozzie. No worries, man. We'll get you on soon, though, Matt. We'll get you on soon. Fozzie, just hit me up when you're available, man, and we'll get you on the show. You got my number, so just give me a message. Just message me on WhatsApp. But this January, I think Liverpool just got to go for it. I think Liverpool just got to go real strong this January and go for it. Obviously, there's transfers to talk about as well. Who will come in, I personally feel like Liverpool are going to do business this January. To the rumours that FSG and Jurgen Klopp had some long meetings last week. Yeah, big up, Fozzie. Big up, man. Yeah, just message you, man. Let me know when you're available. We'll get you on for some shows. It's been a while, It's been a while. We need players. We can all admit that we definitely need players. There's no doubts about this. Liverpool need to get players in. What player? If FSG and Jurgen Klopp have had this meeting like they say they have, rumours are FSG and Jurgen Klopp had a long meeting, and they were talking about getting players ready for January and what's available this January. Apparently, George Smack has been told that we will need his business this January. So it does sound like something is happening. Now the rumours are that they're looking at teams that have crashed out of Europe completely and take advantage of the transfer market there. And they're not talking about teams that have just fallen out of Europa League. They're talking about teams that have fallen out of the Champions League or Europa League completely and not in Europe at all. Full stop now. So there's some good players around that they're looking at. So yeah, it's definitely something's definitely going to happen. Now we've been linked with a lot of players, and usually when we're linked to players, that means we're not buying them players. We usually only go for players that we are really that we don't really there's not strong links to. When their links are so strong, I sometimes don't believe them links. We were meant to be buying Conor Gallagher, who looks like he's going to Tottenham now. I don't know if you guys heard this. So apparently, Chelsea and Tottenham are just finalising a deal for Conor Gallagher for 40 million quid. So Conor Gallagher looks like he's going to Tottenham for 40 million quid, which is a balmy bit of business. I have no idea why Todd Bowley would sell Conor Gallagher. Makes no sense, but he's a moron. So what do I know? But yeah, and Liverpool meant to buy Mason Mount. Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, they were the players everyone was talking about on Twitter, was going mad because they couldn't believe it. No, we can't be buying them players, man. We can't be buying them players. We can't be buying Conor Gallagher to this world. We can't be buying. No, that's just stupid. And at the end of the day, we bought McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch. And it shocked people. And it shocked everyone. And everyone was like, okay, now we're talking. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and we've got Taro Endo in, who no one really knew about. But if you look at the business of a Taro Endo, 16 million quid for a player of his quality is a decent bit of transfer business. Now, I know people go, it's the cheap option. It's not a cheap option. That Jurgen Klopp himself wanted Wataru Endo. People got to just get that through their head. Jurgen Klopp himself wanted Wataru Endo. Liverpool will probably get another DM in the summer, in my opinion, if that DM's available. By the sounds of it, they want Bruno from Newcastle. That is where the club are looking. They want Bruno from Newcastle, who's got a £100 million release clause. I believe Liverpool will activate that release clause if they really want to go for him, but it won't be this January. It'll probably be the summer. So they probably feel like they got enough midfielders to go this season till the end. You got Thiago coming back, who can be a bit of a secret weapon for us. Coming back, no doubt about it. For the February March games when it gets really tasty, bringing Thiago in for them games is sorted. Stefan Bicetic, as Jurgen Klopp has just said himself, as his injuries have been more growing pains and stuff like that, so he should be back soon as well. That's added depth to our midfield. You go McAllister's back in team training now, so I expect McAllister to be in the squad against Newcastle, probably starting on the bench. And you got your Curtis Jones, your Harvey Elliott's there have done nothing wrong all season and been bright sparks. You got Ryan Gravenberch, who's only going to get better as the season goes on. Sabozlai, who's full of running and skill and quality. There's enough there. And if I look at someone like Bruno from Newcastle, he's the sort of midfielder in that sixth position that Klopp has been talking about, a progressive number 6, someone who's talented, someone who's cultured, someone who can get hold of the ball and move the ball quick, can pass through the lines, can intercept play. That is the number 6 I believe Jurgen Klopp is after. And you got Endo in at the moment because he wanted a James Milner replacement. And he thought Endo would be perfect to that. And he's happy with everything the way it is at the moment. But next season, you need to definitely upgrade. And if Bruno's his man, go and do the release clause for him. Go and do the release clause. Liverpool are very good at doing release clauses. So just go and do it. People say FSG won't do that. It's 100 million and all this bollocks, but I don't know. Liverpool pay more money than people think. We just paid extra 4.2 million or 5.2 million to Benfica for Darwin Núñez. That now takes Darwin Núñez's whole transfer total to 72 million. We bought Van Dijk for 75. We bought Alisson for 61 and brought a world record. If players are there to be bought, and they're the right player, I do believe this club will buy them players. Got Diaz for 50 million, weren't it? Gakpo for 40 million. If the players are available and they want them players, Liverpool will buy them players. They always have done. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's 3-2 Chelsea. Jesus, they've been playing like Real Madrid. I hope Luton stay up, man. Luton have been entertaining. How do you feel about Joe Gomez as starting left back in January? Do we need someone there? I think Gomez will be all right till Robbo comes back. I think Klopp said himself, Robbo is not too far away yet. Not too far away. I like. See, the problem is, guys, yeah, Klopp has said himself plenty of times he won't buy someone just because a player is injured. Klopp has said this himself many, many times. He won't go and buy a player just because a player is injured. Because as he says, what do we do with the player when he comes back fit? Then I've got too many players in that position. And, so he's never going to buy. I don't think, unless he buys a left back because he knows Tsimikas is leaving in the summer. Because I do have a feeling that we are after a left-sided centre back that can play left back, because when Trent inverts, and I'm coming to the realization now that, in my opinion, Trent Alexander-Arnold will never play full time in midfield under a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool. In my opinion, he'll always play the false right back, inverted right back role. Now, I don't particularly like it on the eye when I watch it. I feel it makes us a bit unbalanced. I don't know about how everyone feels in the chat about it, but when I watch us play, I feel we're always a little unbalanced with Trent inverting and whoever's the left back becoming the third centre back. It just feels like we're a bit unbalanced at times. But Jurgen Klopp will turn around and say we've lost one game in 33 in the Premier League when Trent is inverting. So it's hard to argue with the issue. It's hard to argue with it. It just don't look pretty to watch. But if that's the way Klopp and Pep Linders want to go now, with Trent inverting, becoming that extra midfielder from a fullback position, to utilise his ability, that's cool. But for me, you need to get a left-sided centre back to come in that can start left back on paper, but when Trent inverts, he turns into that third centre back, but he's in his natural position. So you got a left-sided centre back, Virgil in the middle, and Kanate on the right of them, or whoever plays on the right of them. That would work for me. Or you can use Kwanzaa there, because Gerald Kwanzaa, man, he's a different breed. Famer in the chat, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. When you stop the inverting, it's throwing the balance of Sobo's position because this will build up because it's slow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not good on the eye, but Jurgen Klopp says it's successful, so it's hard to argue with the manager, though. The stats will show Liverpool have only lost one game doing it. Exactly, Frank. I agree with Frank. The unbalance seems to be working, Jamie, above us is only Sky. Exactly. This is what Klopp would say. You know, I think we're all similar. All of us are quite similar. It's not pretty to watch. It looks like we're unbalanced and it looks like it doesn't work. But as Frank says, it's working because it's a weird one, ain't it? And big up Frank Carlisle as well. My man Frank will be on this channel, guys, next week to preview the big FA Cup game against Arsenal. We'll be doing other Liverpool content on that day as well. We'll be chatting loads of Liverpool stuff, not just the Arsenal game. It'll be a big show. So make sure you come and join myself and Frank and some other guests as well. We're trying to have a big show, but I do want Frank on this show. So, yeah, Frank's a great guy. So make sure you're around next week. What time is kickoff, please? And how unlucky are you? The Liverpool game's Monday at 8 o'clock, I think. Girona and Spain and Leverkusen are both playing 4-2-3-1. So exciting. Yeah, you know, ain't Girona from Spain owned by Manchester City? Ain't they owned by Manchester City? I swear they are. I swear they're owned by Man City. If they're owned by yeah, I've forgotten what day it is as well. I woke up today and didn't realise it was bloody Saturday. I'm with you, man. Yeah, big up, Frank. Yeah, Frank, we're going to talk Liverpool, Arsenal. We're going to talk loads of Liverpool stuff as well. You never know, there might even be transfer news as well to talk about. Pet's brothers in charge. So the whole of Man City basically own Granolo, or whatever they pronounce their name. That's mad. That's mad. No, there's no issue with it, no? Yeah, we're good, family. We're good, man. If Nunez would have scored all his sitters, Mo gave him would be way more confident. I agree. I've been saying this time and time again. This is why I keep saying I don't think the midfield is that much of an issue. Yes, we concede chances because of the way we play. We've always conceded chances, but not to the amount we're conceding this season, I admit. We're conceding far too many chances at the moment. But the more this midfield learns to play with each other and pause, and get to grips of how they want to play, and Szoboszlai and McAllister and all them like Gravenberch, they all get the grips on how the club wants to play, how Klopp wants them to play. They will start to concede less chances. And if you look at the last few games, Liverpool have started to concede less chances against the opposition. Now, Wataru Endo's played the last 4 or 5 games. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. But we're starting to sort of like the last few games, Liverpool are starting to concede, less shots on our own goal, less chances on our own goal in the last few games. Yeah, people are always going to get in behind us at times because how high we play up and we play that chaotic kind of style, and we always will. But Klopp's changed the system a little bit. People are still not understanding this. Klopp has changed his system a little bit. You're playing inverted now. You're playing with an inverted fullback, which leaves a little bit of an opening. He's trying to play a higher counter-pressing game. So you will leave yourself a little bit exposed at times. But the more this midfield gets the grits of each other and learns the way the club need to play and what Klopp wants to do, as you've seen in the last few games, they will start conceding less chances. I mean, Arsenal didn't have a barrel of chances against us, did they? And that's why I think a forward is more important. I think we haven't been clinical enough this season. I know we're third top goal scorers in the Premier League, but I still don't think we've been clinical enough. And if I bet you ask Jurgen, I bet Jurgen would say the same thing privately. I bet that would be his main concern, really, that we haven't been clinical enough. In fact, before the game the other day against Burnley, ain't that what Klopp said? That basically we haven't been clinical enough. We're not killing off teams. So Klopp's saying it himself. We're not killing off teams. We go 1-0 up, and like Klopp's saying, we should then go 2 or 3-0 up with the chances we have. We're not killing teams off. So that's the forward area more than anything else. So that's why I've been saying it. If Darwin scored all his chances against Luton, and that was 3 points, we'd be 5 points clear of everyone at the moment. It's our finishing, man. Oh, that's madness, man. It's madness. Yeah, Luton have been playing well. I like Luton. I've got time for Luton. Guardiola's brother is a key stakeholder in Granada, and Abu Dhabi are 47% owners. There you go. I don't know how it's allowed, but apparently it is. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah, they got almost 50% ownership from City's owners over there, and Guardiola's brothers involved as well. Yeah. I got a feeling we're going to see some players swapping between them two teams very soon. Big up Lakers, they doing, man? But we're meant to compete. But Liverpool are meant to be able to compete with these juggernauts, these absolute juggernauts that can almost have 50% ownership of another Spanish club who are now top of the Spanish league. But Liverpool are meant to compete with these juggernauts. That's all I keep hearing. Financially, it's impossible, man. It's impossible. How are you meant to compete with these massive juggernauts that can almost own 50% of a Spanish club who are now top of the Spanish league in front of Barcelona and Real Madrid? How are you meant to compete? How the hell are you meant to compete on a fair? How are you meant to compete on a fair? It's not a fair playing field, is it? It really ain't. It's not a fair playing field at all. Yeah, he did say that, especially against Burnley. Yeah, you got to take your chances. Got to take your chances more. Yeah, Jota back is great news. Jota coming back when Mo's leaving is sort of like good timing because you've got to have Jota on the pitch for me. I think Jota, we've got to be trying careful of Jota's minutes because he's had a long injury layoff, but we're going to need Diogo Jota. We are a bit sparse in attack for goals at the moment. If Mo ain't scoring, we're struggling at times, but the midfield has been chipping in this season. Unlike Abu Dhabi owned partner in 14 clubs around the world. Wow. 14 clubs. Jeez. Hands in pockets, my friend. That is madness, ain't it? Absolute madness. Wow. 14 clubs. Big up them. If they got the money to do it, go for it. You know what I mean? I just find it mad when Liverpool are meant to be able to financially compete with that sort of muscle. That's just madness. Yeah, that's just absolute madness. How Liverpool are meant to compete with that kind of power muscle, I don't know. I don't know. It's a madness to me. Yeah, Forest have beaten United. Did you see Diaz in training looking good? Prefer? Look, I've been saying this to Diaz the time now, and I will always say this about Luis Diaz. He's a super talented footballer that has not done it at Liverpool yet. That is all I keep saying about Luis Diaz. He's not, and he's never had a full season at Liverpool because of injuries either. So I sometimes I sound pretty harsh when I talk about Luis Diaz, but it's only because I know how talented he is. If Luis Diaz weren't talented, I wouldn't even talk about him. Because he's a super talent, and I know he's got skills, he's got ability, he's technically a gifted winger. This is why I talk about him sometimes. Like he's not shown that at Liverpool yet for me. There was glimpses of it when he first joined again, went from Porto, but you got to remember when he came from Porto, he played a lot of games already, so he weren't fully fit, you know. So we still haven't really seen the absolute best of Luis Diaz. And if we get to see that best of Luis Diaz, I'm like, thank God, keep him because it'd be massive for us. He's got so much ability. I've seen it in games where he's taken the game by the scruff of the neck and he's won us the game on his own back when he's just decided to go for it and do his thing and be a street baller. So that's what Luis Diaz is a street baller. And, you know, don't take the street baller thing away from him. Don't try and make him a systematic European player. Let him be a South American street baller. That's what you got to do, you know. And I think we're trying to make him too systematic at the moment. We're trying to make him fit a system and play a system. And I think that's taken away a little bit of his game. I think the knee injury took away a lot of his game. And look, what happened to his dad would affect him. But as I keep saying, his dad's back now. His dad's at every bloody game having a great time, always laughing, joking, looks in tremendous shape, looks tremendously well. So I can't keep and if Luis Diaz is mentally not there, then he needs. I've always said it. The club should get him a therapist, some help, and mentally prepare himself, get himself ready, give him all the help he possibly can. But if we never see that best of Luis Diaz with the quality he's got, I'll keep saying it. He has to go because we can't carry passengers. But if the best Luis Diaz can come back, then it's a benefit for us, and then I want him. That's why I keep saying. Everyone thinks I hate Luis Diaz. I don't. I know how good this player is, and he's just not performing to that level yet. And when he does, that's why I'm backing him, man. That's what I will back him because of his quality. That's why there's some players I will back because I know they've got that special something about them that can win us a game of football. So I'm willing to give them time. Other players, you know what I mean? But let's see. I think Diaz, you know, against Newcastle, we weren't surprised when Luis Diaz scored a goal and got us the winner and looked fantastic. And then the following game, you hype him up, and then the following game, he looks a bit average again. You know, that's just Luis Diaz at the moment. That's his Liverpool career at the moment. You know, plays well, then looks average, then gets injured, and then don't see him again. Comes back, looks okay, looks good in certain games, then looks okay again, gets injured. That's Luis Diaz's Liverpool career so far, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but if the knee injury has really affected him that much at the moment, because you know Luis Diaz has lost his spark a little bit. He's lost his speed. He's lost his athleticism. You know, Luis Diaz used to be able to get hold of the ball, stop a defender, and then go again. That's what Diaz used to be great at. He used to be able to stop fullbacks and then go again. He hasn't got that at the moment. That's not there at the moment. Now, like Virgil, though, Virgil said all last season, mentally, the knee was affecting his performances because he felt like every time he jumped, every time he tried to kick it long diagonally or run out with the ball or clatter into attackers, he used to mentally think about his knee. But like Virgil said this season, the reason Virgil's back to his best this season, he says it himself, I don't think about my knee anymore. It's not in my thoughts anymore. And because it's not in my thoughts anymore, I feel like my old self. I think Diaz might be going through a little bit of the same thing because when Diaz came off the pitch the other night, when he hurt his knee and he came off the pitch the other night, he was sitting on the subs bench in the dugout and you could see him physically was crying. He had tears running down his cheeks. Now that tells me that's a man that's not mentally right at the moment because he was thinking he did his knee again. He looked like he physically was not right. So that tells me Diaz is mentally not right at the moment. And if he can get past this knee issue, if he can get past his knee issue, his knee injury, like Virgil did, and then stop thinking about his knee, you might see the old Luis Diaz again, in my opinion. So I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. Yeah, see, big up. Fozzie agrees with me. There you go. It's mental. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Gakpo. I love Gakpo. Gakpo's a good player, man. Gakpo is a good player. Uh, my thing with Gakpo, I don't know where he plays now. I don't know where you play Gakpo. Is he a winger, a forward, a midfielder? Now, if anyone knows me, they will know that since Gakpo came to Liverpool and I watched him play, I've said this for quite a while, so everyone on the chat will know this. I've always said I think Gakpo can play in midfield. Now, the reason I say that is because he looks and plays like a midfielder. He looks and plays like a midfielder. And in Holland, obviously where he's from, their coaches out there believe in the future he was going to become a midfielder. That is what his position would eventually be, was a midfielder, like an advanced midfielder, like a number 10, basically, or an advanced 8. That's where they see Gakpo. But there's a lot of Gakpo's game I watch, and I'm like, yeah, he looks like an advanced 8 to me, an attacking 10. He's got that long stride pattern. What Gakpo's got is a long stride pattern. He hasn't got pace. What he's got that very long stride pattern, a bit like Yaya Toure. So if you remember Yaya Toure, he wasn't exactly quick. What he had that really long stride pattern. So because he had that long stride, he used to just get away from players. And if you watch Gakpo run, when Gakpo runs, he runs with a long stride, and because he runs with a long stride, he gets away from players. It's not because of pace; it's because of his stride. And he's got that long gait. He takes like 4 steps, and he's from halfway line to penalty box in like 4 or 5 steps because he's got that long stride pattern. I just think there's something about Gakpo that I can see as a midfielder. I really can, and I think Klopp sees it as well because he's played there. He's played him there a few times. You know, I think this season Gakpo's played the 8 role 3 or 4 times this season already. So I think there is definitely something there. I like him in the number 9 position because he's the focal point. I think Darwin Núñez is better when he's not the focal point. And that's why I think Darwin Núñez is better coming off the left-hand side. But these are just my thoughts anyway. Yeah, Stevie had that long gait as well. Big up AZ. How you doing, man? You're right, Jamie. If you've seen the inside training, look well happy. Yeah. It's just going to take some time. Guys have been through a lot the last couple of months. Yeah, it's a mental thing. It's just where he's thinking about his knee. Look, the knee injury he had. You've got to remember he had a double knee injury. We brought him back after the World Cup into mid-season training, and he injured his knee in training again, didn't he? So he's been through a lot. He don't trust his knee at the moment. He knows he's fit. He knows he's healthy and all that, but he doesn't trust the knee. Like Virgil. Virgil knew he was fit and healthy and can play, but he didn't trust the knee. It's only after that he trusted his knee. And it's the same with Diaz at the moment. He's going through that mental block. When he came off the other day and he was crying on the dugout because he hurt his knee, he came off because of a hurt knee. He mentally thought he did his knee again, and then everything was fine because he was in the squad the next game. So it is a mental thing with it. If he can get over it, it's going to take time. But if he can get over it, then you've got a superb footballer. Then I've got no worries with Luis Diaz because he has got quality. That's all I keep saying about him. He has got quality. That's why I like him either in the number 9 role or in midfield. This is why I agree. Gakpo lacks pace outside the quick fullbacks. Exactly. That's why I think Gakpo's got qualities that look like a midfielder. Guys, go and look at Gakpo's qualities, yeah? Go and look at all Gakpo's qualities, and you tell me what position he plays. Go and look at his qualities of what he's got. He's a mid. You look at what he's got. He's a midfielder. He's an advanced midfielder. He's like an advanced 8 and a 10. He's that kind of midfielder. He can score the odd goal here and there. He can get 10 goals a season. He's got that long stride pattern where he's strong from midfield. He can run from deep positions. He runs from midfield. He's good with his back to goal. He can hold the ball up. He can play quick 1-2s and play it round the corner. All sounds like a midfielder to me. I just think if he didn't come in as a left winger, I think we'd be talking about Gakpo looked more comfortable on the left line the other night. He did because he naturally plays over there. But I think if you play Gakpo on the left of a midfield 3, he'd look more natural as well. I just think for a winger, I just don't know if he's for a winger for Liverpool. I don't think he has the pace to play on the wing. I mean, how many times has he played left wing for Liverpool in the whole time? He's been here a year now. So Gakpo's been here a year now. He's almost been here 12 months. In all that time, how many times has he really played on the left wing? You know, if he had Darwin pace, could you imagine Gakpo with Darwin pace? Let's talk like that. If Gakpo had Darwin Núñez's pace, he'd be left wing all the time, in my opinion. He'd probably be left wing all the time if he had Darwin's pace. You wouldn't get him out of that position. It'd be unreal. But he hasn't, and that's the issue. Big up Colin. Big up Newcastle stand. How you doing? Well, Gordon versus Trent. Yes. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. Jamie, what we going to do about Carvalho? Ain't he coming back in Jan? I think he's coming back to go back on loan, to be fair. Gakpo's a forward, in my opinion. Yeah, I like him in the 9. Newcastle stand going 1-1. Big up Newcastle stand. Why can't we play Jota and Darwin up front? I think that's what we're going to play, man. Got me mad, but if we get 60 million plus to Gomez, I'll be tempted to get a right back of 20 and then spend the rest on the centre back. Now, this is coming from news that Tottenham Hotspur are apparently interested in Joe Gomez and are ready in a £60 million bid for Joe Gomez. Now, if you told me someone was going to bid £60 million for Joe Gomez last season, I would have put him in the car myself, packed his bags, and drove him to Tottenham myself last season. But that was last season. This season, Joe Gomez arguably has been Liverpool's second best defender behind Virgil van Dijk this season. Also with Joe Gomez, he's a very versatile defender, and you don't get many of them. You don't get many versatile defenders. Joe Gomez can play right back, centre back, and left back, and he plays all 3 positions with quality. Now, when he plays right back, how many of us have always said he looks amazing at right back? He looks like he fits. He looks like he is a right back. I think right back is his best position, personally, when I watch him play. He's actually pretty good at getting the ball forward. He's actually good on the ball. I think that's one of Joe Gomez's most underrated attacks, how good he is on the ball. Joe Gomez is very, very good on the ball. And I think that goes a bit unnoticed, how good he is on the ball. He's actually decent at crossing. He gets himself in advanced positions, and he can defend. He can defend at centre back and at left back. We've seen him at left back recently, where It's a little bit more awkward at left back because he's right-footed, but it looks like he's starting to get used to being there again. Remember, he started his Liverpool career at left back when he came from Charlton under Brendan Rodgers in 2015. So he knows how to play the position. But when he gets forward in the left back, the difference of him playing left back to a left-footed player is that he cuts inside. So you don't want your left back and your left winger both cutting inside, because then you got no width. But as a defender, he can defend as a left back. So my problem with selling him is he's very, very versatile. And you don't get many versatile defenders these days. And I don't think Klopp will be willing to sell him because of his versatility. That's my only issue on it. Who should we get? My thoughts on who should get in the window. I've been saying a left-sided centre-back and a forward. They're the two. If we can get a left-sided centre-back and a forward in, then I'm good. I'm good. Get the midfielder next season. Get another DM next season. But I'm all right in the midfield options. I'm actually all right in the midfield options this season. You can't fix every plug. You can't fix every hole in a couple of transfer windows. You just can't. You fix one hole, another hole appears. It's just the way it is. Not even City have fixed every hole in their squad. Arsenal have not fixed every hole in their squad, and there's no signs that they will. For some reason, it's just Liverpool all the time. Liverpool don't do this. Liverpool don't do that. But I look at all the other clubs in the Premier League, and I think, well, if that club done that, I look at Arsenal. In their summer window, they should have bought a forward. But Mikel Arteta believed that Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard could all get over 20 goals again next season. That's just mad thinking. That was a one-off. He should have known that was a one-off, and he left them a forward short. Everyone doesn't do enough. But when it's Liverpool, for some reason, the highlight goes on Liverpool. I don't know why. Even rival fans, people that just enjoy watching football, always talk about what Liverpool don't do in the transfer market. Like everyone else, all the 19 other Premier League teams seem to do perfect work in the transfer market. But it's always Liverpool. Liverpool have always left themselves short. Liverpool have left themselves short. And no one ever goes back to these people who say these things and go, what about Arsenal and Man City? Did they leave themselves short? What you want about? Arsenal got Declan Rice in. Yeah, but that's one position. So your whole thing is boggled because they brought Declan Rice in. Yeah, great player, a lot of money. But don't you think they've left themselves short elsewhere? Their fullbacks ain't great. Their left-back options are terrible. They've got two excellent centre-backs in Saliba and Gabriel, but after that, it's dog shit. And then they got forwards who don't score. So they left themselves short. But no, it's always Liverpool. Liverpool always the ones that leave themselves short, according to people. It's such laziness. Yeah, Liverpool have left themselves short. Liverpool need players, but you can't fix every hole all the time. It's just mad to me. But get a left-sided centre back and a forward, and we're on. We're on. Yeah, he's 80 million minimum. I've seen a lot of people say Leao from AC Milan be perfect for Liverpool. Do you know what? Every time I've watched him play, it might just be my bad luck. I've not watched him play when he plays well. But every time I watch him play, he flatters to deceive. Now, a lot of people talk about him as like one of the best wingers in the world. But literally every time I watch Leao play for AC Milan, I watch him and I think he's all right. I don't have that thing of like, oh, he's amazing. We must buy him. Every time I watch him, I'm like, he's all right. I think he's one of them players that are just overhyped. Massively, massively overhyped. Really are. Yeah, Gabriel Martinelli is well overrated. He had one good season last year where he got 20 league goals almost or whatever. There was no. I said this on Judge Mo's channel yesterday. Big up Judge Mo, by the way. I was on his channel yesterday and with some Arsenal fans and City fans and that. And I said on there was no proof. There was no proof in the pudding at all that Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard would get you 15 goals each and 20 goals each again this season. It was a one-off season. A one-off season. Martinelli just runs with his head down. Martinelli don't look up. I've never seen a winger with his head down as much as Martinelli. He doesn't look up. And then he gets to the byline and then he gets his head up and then looks around. Man's a waster. Man's a waster. Saka's a quality footballer, but they overhype Saka. Saka's world class this, Saka's world class that. Stop. Saka's just a good footballer. Stop overreacting and over analysing players. Saka's just a good footballer. He's a young kid still learning the game. He's not world class. You can't be world class till you got to a certain age in football for me. I don't think there's world class footballers at 20, 21, 22 because you don't know the game yet. You're still learning the game. I think you become world class between 24 and 26. That's when you start becoming world class because you're learning the game more. You've learned the game better. Saka ain't world class. He's just a good footballer. But they overhype him and overrate him, and then when he ain't playing so well, they go mad. They go, "Oh, Saka's not up to it. I don't know what's the matter with Saka." And it's like, because you all called him world class. So now, because you've called him world class, you put him up in this pedestal because he's up here now. Because you've called him world class. So when he has bad games and comes down to his actual level, you're all like, "I don't know what's wrong with Saka. Don't know what's wrong with Saka." But you're the problem, fans. You Arsenal fans are the issue because you overrated him. He's a good player. What he's doing, he's playing at his level. He's playing at his level. Because you all overrated him, it's like, what's wrong? No, what's wrong with you Arsenal fans? You're all dumb. You know what I mean? It's just mad. Absolutely mad. Saliba's more overrated than Martinelli. I like Saliba. I ain't gonna lie. I like Saliba. I do like Saliba. I do like Saliba. Yes, Arsenal fans said he was better than Salah. And this is what I'm saying. When you do things like that, and Saka's having a season like he's having this year, and Arsenal fans are like, I don't know what's up with Saka. Have a look in the mirror. It's you guys who's saying, "Oh, he's as good as Salah. Name me a better right." Last season, Arsenal fans are like, "Name me a better right winger in the world than Saka." It's like, don't do this. I can name you 10. Stop doing this. Stop. Just stop. Because when he has a bad game, it's mad. It's mad. Declan Rice and Saliba are quality, man. Yeah, Saliba's quality. I do like Saliba. I can't lie. I think Saliba's a decent player, man. I think he's decent. He's not world class yet. I know they keep going on. Arsenal fans again. Saliba's the best defender in the world. Please stop. Just stop. He's a young kid still. He's 22 years of age. There's got to be defenders still better than him and around the world because they're older and more experienced. It's just that you don't watch a lot of football because you're just watching Arsenal. Saliba's good, but he's not the best in the world. We've got to stop all this nonsense because when they have bad games, that's when you bring them back down to reality and go, "Well, I don't know what's wrong with Saliba." And it's like, no, Saliba's playing his level. It's that you fans overrate players, and that's why. It's just, an Arsenal fan. Like I know it's saying an Arsenal video, but this has peed me off, right? This has peed me off. Yeah, Arsenal had one good year last year. In how many years? I mean, they finished 8th, 8th, and 5th 3 years previously. Yeah, right. And before that, they managed to just get in the Champions League a couple of times, but finished like 3rd and 4th. Yeah, and then 5th, 5th, and 8th, 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 and 5th. Yeah, and then they had a good year last year, right? And now Arsenal fans think Arsenal are back. They're like, they think they're like prime Real Madrid, and they're losing at home. Yeah, the other day they're losing at home, and their fans leave with 10 minutes to go. Their fans leave with 10 minutes to go because they're losing 2-0 at home. With 10 minutes to go, they're losing 2-0 and they leave with 10 minutes to go. Because of arrogance. Absolute arrogance. because they had one good year last year. Before that, they finished eighth and fifth. Pure and utter arrogance by them fans. Oh, we're leaving. This is shit. Do you know what Liverpool did when they were 2-0 down and Fulham with 10 minutes to go? No fan left. They sung their asses off and Liverpool won 4-3. That's the difference. That is the difference right there. Your fans left the stadium with 10 minutes to go because you're 2-0 down. Our fans stayed at Anfield, sung their asses off, and Liverpool come back and beat Fulham 4-3. That's the difference. Know where you're from. Know where you're from. And I don't hate Arsenal Football Club. I actually respect Arsenal Football Club. I think their club is a great club. It's the fans at times. And not all fans, because I know Arsenal fans. Some Arsenal fans are beautiful people. You know, I know Arsenal fans who do content. You know, they're great people, you know. But, Jesus, some of them. They're so, as Aaron says, they're so precious, man. So precious. What happened to Queen Grizz and Turkish had an argument over Jesus and Firmino? What happened? Please don't tell me. Right, I'm going to try and guess because I haven't watched the Big Six, so I've missed it. I'll have to go back and watch it. But honestly, don't tell me. Please don't tell me they tried to say Gabriel Jesus was better than Firmino. Please don't do that. Don't tell me their arrogance believes that. Don't tell me. Please don't say, because Firmino was world class. Bobby Firmino in the false nine role was the best around. The only player better in the false nine role that I've ever seen in my life was Messi. And that's it. Bobby Firmino had the false nine bit on crack. There's no... He won everything playing the false nine. Please don't say they thought Gabriel Jesus was better than Firmino, because that is just stupid. That would be absolutely a disgrace. Please don't tell me. Is that what they said? Oh my God, don't tell me that's what they said. Oh my word. Don't tell me that's what they said. Oh my God, they did. What they don't seem to understand with the Bobby Firmino thing is that Bobby Firmino weren't there to score goals. Jurgen Klopp has said it himself. How many times? Bobby Firmino weren't there to score goals. In fact, Bobby Firmino's best season of scoring goals, I think he got 24 in 1 year. Was that when? And he got didn't he finish second top goal scorer in the Champions League as well with 9 goals or something? But his game weren't about scoring goals. I'll tell you what right now. If they had if Arsenal had a prime Bobby Firmino in their team right now, Saka and Martinelli would be better footballers. I'm telling you right now, Saka and Martinelli would be better footballers if they had a prime Bobby Firmino instead of Gabriel Jesus. Without a shadow of a doubt. And I think Gabriel Jesus is a good footballer as well. I just don't like. If you look at the way Arsenal are doing it, they got Saka and Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is not their main goal scorer. They're trying to use their main goal scorers as Martinelli and Saka. Jamie Carragher said it best. You can't compare Bobby Firmino to Mane and Salah. You just can't. Because Bobby Firmino, Mane and Salah were arguably the best front three in world football. You know, what they did was amazing. Mane and Salah were 20-goal season strikers every single season, not just for one season only. They did it every single season. And the glue that held everything together, that made it work, it made the attack work, it made the defence work. He knew when to press. He knew when not to press. He was the engine. And that was Bobby Firmino. Come on. I love this man. I absolutely love this man. No one should be compared. No one should be compared. Consistency to the degree. Oh, mwah. Love that man. Don't ever compare anyone to Bobby Firmino, man. Don't everyone compare, man. Don't anyone compare. My man, Bobby. My man, Bobby. Do you know how many goals Bobby could have scored? Do you know how many goals Bobby Firmino could have scored if he wanted to? Bobby could have had 20 goals a season, but he was unselfish. He put things on a plate. I've seen Bobby have chances to score tap-ins and he just pulls it across the goal for Salah to have the tap-in. I've seen it so many times. The man was just, oh. Yeah. And Bobby was clutch. How many clutch goals did Bobby get? Bobby was clutch. No, I'm not having no one. Gabriel Jesus is a good footballer, and no one's dismissing that. No one's dismissing that. But you can't say, oh, Bobby Firmino didn't score goals, and that's your argument, because Bobby weren't bought to score goals. You bought Gabriel Jesus to score goals. There's no comparison. You're now trying to use Gabriel Jesus as a false nine. Guys, you all remember a few years ago when all rival fans used to take the piss out of Bobby Firmino because he didn't score goals. And he's like, well, he's got the number 9 on the back of his shirt. He should be scoring goals. Now, we always used to tell people his job is not to score goals. His job is to be that false nine that drops deep, that links the attack to the midfield. And Salah and Mane wouldn't be the players they are today without Bobby Firmino. Yeah, we try to tell the world this constantly, and they didn't listen. Now, a lot of teams are trying to copy the Liverpool way of having this false nine that's not your main goal scorer, and your wingers are your main goal scorers, and they're trying to copy. So, fuck you all. Yeah, don't try and copy what you can't do. Firmino's out of this world, man. Firmino is out of this world. You know, try and copy all the time, and it's like, you can't do it, man. Bobby Firmino weren't a striker, he was a false nine. It's a false nine. The name's in it. Our main goal scorers were Mane and Salah, but they wouldn't be our main goal scorers if it weren't for Bobby Firmino. Arsenal bought Gabriel Jesus to be their goal scorer, but they realised he isn't a goal scorer, so they changed him into a false nine and made Saka and Martinelli their main goal scorers. But the problem is, Gabriel Jesus isn't as good as Bobby Firmino playing the false nine role. So stop your stupid arguments. Does my head in. Does my head in. Turkish was like, Bobby scored more, maybe NFC could have won more. Didn't Bobby get over 100 Premier League goals? I mean, what do you want him to do? Yeah, just exactly. Bobby ate, man. Bobby ate well. Let's not sit here and pretend Bobby didn't eat well. Bobby ate well, man. Bobby won the Champions League, the league. So Bobby Firmino, in his time playing false nine for Liverpool, won the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups, and the Super Cup, and the Club World Championship. He won every trophy there is to win in Europe and in England, playing the false nine role. What's Gabriel Jesus won for Arsenal? Can someone tell me in the chat? Give me a number. Give me a number of how many trophies Gabriel Jesus has won for Arsenal playing the same role as Bobby Firmino. Someone let me know. Someone let me know. Someone let me know. How many trophies has Gabriel Jesus won for Arsenal playing the same role as Bobby Firmino? How many trophies he won? Because the last time I saw, Bobby Firmino won everything in England and everything in Europe. Yeah, it's just Bobby Firmino's world class. I don't care what anyone says. And as Frank said, that and he scored the winner in the World Cup. Yeah, exactly. And he scored the winner in the Club World Cup, remember? Exactly. That lovely Trent pass into Bobby Firmino who got the winner. Bobby's clutch. Bobby is clutch, man. And the answer to my question, guys, is 0. 0. Gabriel Jesus has won nothing for Arsenal playing the Bobby Firmino way. So, and he never will either. So, Roberto Baggio was one of my favourite ever attacking players. I wouldn't call him an out-and-out goal scorer. right? But he was one of my favourite ever attacking players of all time. But he made Gianluca Vialli. I'm going to ask Vialli, yeah? Baggio made Vialli, yeah? But Vialli was the better goal scorer. But Baggio was world class. People just don't. Oh. Just people. They're so upset. The problem is with Arsenal. They're so upset that they're not flying in the league. You know, they expected. I think Arsenal, deep down, Arsenal fans thought they'd be flying at the top of the Premier League by now. I reckon at the start of the season, with the season Arsenal had last year, just unlucky not to win the Premier League. Although, in my opinion, they bottled it because they should have won the Premier League last year and the way they were playing. They bottled the end of the season, and this season, with buying Declan Rice, I believe Arsenal fans believed they were going to scorch this league. Arsenal fans believed the Premier League was theirs for the taking. And because they're not at the top of the Premier League right now, and they're 2 points behind a brand new Liverpool, a Liverpool that were nowhere to be found last season, I think they're hurt deep down. I think deep down in their gut, they're pissed off. And now they're trying to make excuses. And now they're having arguments about Gabriel Jesus and Bobby Firmino, who, by the way, don't even play for us no more. You're arguing about a Liverpool player that don't even play for Liverpool anymore. What is the point of that argument? So deep down, I think Arsenal fans are just feeling it. And they're just coming up with crap. But hey, enough about them anyway. Talk about Liverpool, Newcastle. Let's talk about Liverpool and Newcastle, guys. Right, let's do the team. Big up, Luca. Hope you're doing well, man. Big up to you. Let's do the team, guys. 4-3-3, obviously. Right. Next Sunday, I'll hit you up, Luca. I'll DM you, Luca. All right, I'll DM you. Big up, Abdul. How you doing, man? Right, your back line, guys. Give me your back line. Give me your back line for the Newcastle game. Obviously, we'll put the most obvious one in goal. No point messing around with that. Alisson Becker in goal. Big up BW, definitely is. Yeah, no worries. Luca, just DM me and I'll get back to you tomorrow, I think. Does Kwanzaa get a game, guys? Does Kwanzaa get a game against Newcastle? Gerald Kwanzaa is in form at the moment. Does he get a game? Gerald Kwanzaa, the best under 21 defender in the league for me. Or do we go? Canate has been playing okay lately, especially the Arsenal game. Would you say that's our back line, guys? Could we play Kwanzaa at Arsenal? Yeah, I think Kwanzaa will play against Arsenal in the FA Cup. I agree. Kwanzaa's a player, man. He's genuinely quality. I watched him against Burnley. I like you guys. We're watching him against Burnley the other day, and I'm watching him away from home against Burnley. I'm sitting there thinking, he shouldn't be this good. How's this kid this good? How is this kid already this good? I don't get it. He's just so good. 20 years old or whatever he is. He's built like a tank. He's built like a full-grown man. And what's it? Hang on, 1 second. No, don't, mate. Go downstairs and ask Mummy. Yeah, ask Mummy. Yeah, maybe. Go and ask Mummy. Oh, sorry, guys. My son just asking for a charger.
Yeah, Kwanzaa's been excellent, man. He's just he's Virgil Junior. He's just I can't believe he played for Bristol Rovers last year, didn't he? He played for Bristol Rovers last year. Big up Anfield Roy. Hope you're doing well, man. Big up to you. And he just looks like a Premier League footballer. He literally looks like a Premier League footballer. I wouldn't think anything else. He looks like a Premier League defender right now. He is the best under 21-year-old defender in the Premier League, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys in chat. Maybe I'm overreacting to that and overhyping him a little bit. But is there a better under 21-year-old defender in the Premier League than Gerald Kwanzaa right now? Let's be truthful, guys. I know this is a Liverpool channel, so we are going to be a little biased. But let me know in the chat, guys. Is there actually a better defender in the Premier League right now that is Gerald Kwanzaa's age? Is there? It's a genuine question. Might be a bit biased because it's a Liverpool channel, but I don't know. I really don't know. Big up, Noel. How you doing, mate? Are you doing well? I think Kwanzaa will play against Everton, against Arsenal. I think Kwanzaa will play quite a few games this season. I think Kwanzaa's the reason we only need to buy one centre back. Yeah, Braithwaite. How old's hang on? I think Braithwaite for Everton's class, by the way. Really good. How old is Gerald Kwanzaa? So he's still 19. He's not even 20 yet. Gerald Kwanzaa was born on the 29th of January 2023. So he's 20 now. So he'll be 21 on the 29th of January. So he'll be 21 on the 29th of January. So he's 20 at the moment. Mickey van der Ven. How old's Mickey van der Ven? Man City 1-0. They're always going to annihilate Sheffield United. Braithwaite is quality, that Everton player. How old's Braithwaite from Everton, though? I do like him. I do like him. I think he's a good player, man. So he's actually a year younger. Yeah. All right. Braithwaite's a good player, man. Braithwaite's a good player. I'll give you that one. He's a good player. Maybe they're the two then. Born in Carlisle. Maybe they're the two. Braithwaite and Kwanzaa. Yeah. I'll give you that. I do like. I've been saying for a while. I think Braithwaite's a good player at Everton. I said it. I wouldn't mind buying Braithwaite if we can somehow get Braithwaite away from Everton. I think he's a decent player, man. Every time I watch him play for Everton, I'm like, he's such a composed centre back for his age. So yeah, I'm with you. Braithwaite and Kwanzaa, the best two under 21-year-old defenders in the country for me right now. Without a shadow of a doubt, I agree with you there. But there's my back line for the Newcastle game. Midfield's going to be interesting. So it's Endo's last game, so he's playing. Ratalo Szoboszlai back in the starting team. Who takes the other midfield spot up, guys? Who takes the other midfield spot up? Big up, Aaron. Big up, Aaron. Bears going for Alisson, Trent, Konate, Virgil Gomez, Szoboszlai, Endo, Gravenberch, Salah, Gakpo, and Nunes. Lingard has gone Endo, Jones, Szoboszlai. That's what I'm probably going to go for. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, Jones. I think Jones just gets in there. Yeah. Me and Mrs. Jones. Front line. So obviously it's Salah's last game, so we're going to go Salah. Who plays on the left? Who plays on the left? Do you go Luis Diaz? So would you go? Would you go that as your forward three? And Gakpo and Darwin can keep exchanging positions, rotate positions. So Gakpo can end up on the left, Darwin can end up central. Then at other times, Darwin's left, Gakpo central, interchanging. Who would you lot go for? Or does Jota start? Or do we have to be careful with Jota? We got Abdul in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. Do you start Jota, or have we got to be careful with Jota, guys? I know Jota's back and he scored the other day against Burnley. But we got to be careful with Jota because Jota is our main goal scorer and Salah is going away. This is Salah's last game for a few weeks. I think we have to be a bit careful with Jota and a little bit careful with Luis Diaz for me because we're going to need them while Salah's away. So for this game, I would probably go Salah, Gakpo, Darwin Núñez and have Diaz and Jota on the bench. I think they'll come on in the game, but we need to ease, especially Jota back in. We can't injure him with Salah going away. So we need to go slowly with him, and same with Diaz, in my opinion. He said yesterday Jota start stream. Did he? I don't remember him saying that. I mean, if Jota starts, he starts. But all right, if you guys want Jota to start, I'm all right with that. Like, yeah. Give him 60 minutes. I do think Jota's better off the left, though. I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of people want him up front. I think he's better off the left, personally, but that's just me. There you go, guys. There's our team. Jota's a sniper as well, as Abdul says. So there's our team to play Newcastle. Allison in goal, Trent on the right, Kanate, Virgil, Gomez. Then a midfield of ENDO, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and a forward line of Jota, Darwin, and Salah. Anthony Gordon up against Trent will be an interesting proposition. I really rate Anthony Gordon. I didn't know how good he was going to be, but yeah, he looks like a decent player. Any news on Kwanzaa? What do you mean, my man? What happened to Kwanzaa? I didn't know there was an issue with Kwanzaa. Is there an issue with Kwanzaa? I didn't know. Let me know. As far as I know, he's all right. But I'm willing to listen. I haven't seen anything about Kwanzaa or any. Wow, just seen about Brentford. Oh, it means starting. Oh, right. No, Kwanzaa can start against. In fact, though, Kwanzaa was good against Burnley. Should actually Kwanzaa keep his place? Yeah, this is actually a good point here. What did Kwanzaa actually do wrong against Burnley? Was it Burnley he played against? Should he keep his place? Thiago should be back this month, Abdul. He should be back in January. He's back in training, I think, now. Should Kwanzaa actually keep his place? I miss training. Yeah, the thing is, sometimes they train inside. I wouldn't worry too much. I remember when Thiago weren't pictured training, and everyone's like, "Where's Thiago?" And he was just training indoors, wasn't he? You know, and he's a youth player as well, so he might be doing other things. He might be doing weights and that. But yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. I don't think Klopp said anything. I've not seen any rumours come out on Twitter or anything, on X or whatever you want to bloody call that thing. I've not seen anything said at this moment. But yeah. Yeah, Quanta. I mean, Quanta could start, man. He's so good. He's so good. But yeah, there's my team, guys. Score predictions before we go, guys. Score predictions before we go. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool. I think Newcastle are just in horrible form right now. Their away form is really bad. Liverpool home form is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic home form. Yeah, I'm going for a big 3-0 win. I think we destroy Newcastle. I really do. I think we take them to the cleaners. 3-0 win. Newcastle got so many injured players. Their form is awful. Their away form's terrible. Going 3-0, man. Wolves are 1-0 up against Everton. Fozzie's going 3-0. Firmino 2-0. I'll take that. Abdul's going 3-1. Yeah, solid win for me. Solid win. We got Henry with a super chat. Many thanks, my friend. No, sir. In Egypt, AFCON. Salah leaves after this game, Henry. He leaves after this game. Klopp said that Endo and Salah's last game would be the Newcastle match. They leave after this game. But big up, Henry. Thank you for the super chat. Much love. Thank you very much. 3-0 as well. Jamie, have you seen the way Klopp and the boys welcome Matt 10 back? Yeah, the team chemistry, man. The team chemistry is something big at the moment. This is one thing I've noticed from last season. The camaraderie, the way the team, the way they're interacting with each other. There is something connecting these players. They're a special bunch of boys, you know. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, McAllister. We forgot about McAllister. I think McAllister will be on the bench. Our bench against Newcastle is going to look a lot better. McAllister will be on the bench. Gravenberch will be on the. This is our bench, guys, against Newcastle. This will be our bench against Newcastle. Quinlan Kelleher, Gerald Kwanzaa, Harvey Elliott, Gravenberch, McAllister, Diaz, and Gakpo. That could be our bench. That's mad. Name me a better bench in the Premier League.
Can you hear me? My microphone went off. Name me a better bench in the Premier League, guys. Name me a better bench in the Premier League than that. That's a mad bench. Quinlan Kelleher, Gerald Kwanzaa, Curtis Jones, Diaz, Gakpo, McAllister, Gravenberch. That is arguably, that could be the bench. And then we still got Stefan Basetic to come back. And we still got Thiago to come back. This is why I'm saying our squad is better than people give it credit for. Our squad is far better than people give it credit for. You got to get Stefan Basetic and Thiago back into that, yeah? That is a heck of a bench. That bench alone is quality. Yeah, people say Liverpool squad's not that good. Liverpool squad's better than Arsenal's. I've been saying this for time now. I'm going to end it on this. Liverpool have the second best squad in the league to Manchester City. People might like it because we were bad last year. But Arsenal have got a fantastic first 11. I don't think they got the depth like Liverpool have. I really don't. I really don't. They got Saliba and Gabriel as their defensive two. Apart from that, the rest of their defence is crap. Their goalkeepers are nowhere near. You know, Raya and Ramsdale combined are still nowhere near as good as just Alisson on his own. There's no comparison. Right, yeah, my microphone's breaking, so I'm going to go because my microphone's breaking. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again Monday. Enjoy. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2024. Big up the Reds. Bye for now.